Looks like it's gonna get more expensive to see movies that everybody's avoiding to begin with. Hi, I'm Mecca. Who are you? Why are you here?
I'm Rob off camera.
And we got a new article today from Variety. AMC has made a major announcement. They're going to change movie prices based on seat location. Somebody is pawing at me.
Meow.
Yeah, this is not a good plan.
So not only do I have to order my ticket in advance, but now I'm getting charged extra for picking out my good seat, right?
Well, the seats closer to the screen are going to be lower priced. The seats more towards the middle are going to be higher priced.
But how will Disney buy their own Captain Marvel 2 tickets? That'll affect their box office when they're buying all those front row seats, allegedly.
Good question.
They just won't go to AMC, I guess.
They just won't go to AMC, which that's a shame because they have great caramel corn.
They do, but I don't want to pay more for a good seat, for crying out.
You know what? I'll walk into AMC, I'll buy my caramel corn.
And I'll go home and
I'll
watch
go
it.
home.
Well, most people have like a 70-inch screen or 60-inch screen.
I'm not kidding. I'm going to do that.
Yeah, next time we go to Guitar Center, just walk into AMC and see if you can, because there's one right next to it here in Vegas. Why are they doing this? Are they losing that much money? Yes. Are their movies that bad and that crap and that cringe and that?
Okay, a few years ago, AMC got bought by a Chinese company, investors called the Wanda Group. Now, they've been struggling for a while, and they fell on some hard times. They made a lot of bad decisions, and I see that the bad decisions aren't stopping there. Back in May 2021, they've been sold off by Wanda. So they've been in financial difficulties for a while now. So AMC's been struggling for the last few years. You know, they got some outside investment, but mostly it's been because of some bad business decision. They had this service called Stubs, which was...
Do they still have those?
Yeah, they still have that.
Yeah, where you basically sign up for it. Does it cost money to sign up for it?
Yeah, it costs money.
It get points, right?
Yeah, you pay monthly. It's like a monthly subscription fee, so you can go see as many movies as you want.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a rewards group thing.
It is. They do have rewards. It's a good idea on paper, but in practice, it hasn't really panned out for them as well as they thought. Really, and like I said, most of AMC's problems are self-inflicted.
I think between this and the movies are just terrible, there's literally not been anything to watch since what? 2020?
Probably 2020.
We're still kind of in this tail end of the industry is still crapping out the stuff that they had to film under these extreme, guidelines of, social distancing and all this stuff. So we're still seeing kind of the projects that were filmed then and written and greenlit during all that time.
Here's the bottom line. Movies cost too much money to see. Not talking about too much money to make, too much money.
I think they're costing too much to make.
See. They're costing too much money to make. Okay, what you have, and this is an industry-wide problem, you have the huge blockbusters, let's just call them the Marvel movies. I'm just saying, using that as a catch-all phrase.
Marvel or DC
but you have
or anything.
Marvel, DC budget movies, which cost upwards of $180, $150, $180 million, $200 million to make. They make huge amount of monies. Huge amount of monies, plural. And... you have lower indie films. You have nothing really in between.
Yeah.
I mean, it used to be a good comedy would cost somewhere, let's just say, throw a round figure, $20 million to make.
Back then.
Yeah, it would make $100 million. I mean, the profit margins on these films are way out of whack.
Yeah. They want to throw big money because they want that big money to come back.
Yeah.
Because they want that $1 billion box office.
Well, you can't put I'm going to use an outdated reference. You can't put Rodney Dangerfield on a lunchbox.
Yeah.
Okay, that was the inherent problem. But now all that movie money is in merchandise and action figures and video games and stuff like that too. So.
That's really what they want. They want only movies that make these $1 billion. And I think that's a huge problem with movies is because you get burned out on it. They've been saying superhero fatigue for years and years and years. I think it's just massively big budget spectacle movie fatigue. It's great maybe once a season couple times a year. You get one in the summer. Not every single month. We were getting it every single month for a while there. Sometimes twice a month. The second a movie was out of the theater, it was forgotten about. Because we were covering them back then before all this happened. And once everything stopped, I'm like, wait a minute, my schedule's all messed up. I don't have this week is this movie, this week. Because you had it all laid out in front of you.
Yeah.
But now, because of everything, you start to realize these movies aren't worth it. They're not worth the ticket price. They're not worth driving to the theater just to be in an uncomfortable seat, squished up next to somebody. Mm-hmm. If you're in a small theater, if you're in a big theater, you're still paying a little bit more money for a slightly nicer seat. But for crying out loud, I never get comfortable in those. I'm constantly fidgeting and fiddling.
Oh, I'm old school. I love the old shoebox theaters with the bad seats. I love those. I mean, and then,
Well, those are almost more comfortable to me because then I'm not constantly accidentally pushing the button on the seat or the seat's heated and then I fall asleep with it.
Going to the movies it's like anything. It's like eating, drinking, smoking, whatever. It's a habit.
Yeah.
Going to the movies is a habit.
And we fell out of the habit during 2020.
We fell out of the habit. And there's not a whole lot that can get us back into that habit.
And I'm not talking about just us specifically. It's you guys. It's the movie-going audience. It's why everybody's finding something to be triggered by over every single movie. Oh, you can't watch this. It's got underage people doing adult things. Or you can't watch this. It's bad for your kids to see. I'm like, I'm 40. I don't care.
Well,
I don't have kids.
Well, listen, sometimes you want to go see the naughty movie. You know, oh my God, I heard this is controversial. I have to go see it. See for myself. Okay.
Yeah, but now controversial is just, a kid's movie that has a gay kid in it.
Someone has a limp. And oh, you're an ableist.
Yeah, see, now that's the idea of a controversial movie is like Strange Worlds. And that's another thing that we don't want to really sit there and watch.
We watched part of Strange Worlds. It's not a good movie. It's just on its face. It wasn't very good. I don't care what the politics. It just wasn't good. Okay, that's not enough to get me back to the theater.
No. I mean, and even if you had a kid, you would just wait because it'd be on Disney Plus a month later.
My thing is, I said years ago that the studios need the theaters more than the theaters need the studios, because what was happening during the lockdowns when things started opening, the movie theaters started showing classic movies. The Empire Strikes Back, Back to the Future.
Those were the only movies that I was seeing for a while was, all 80s movies. It's $5 Wednesdays, and they're playing Spaceballs or, Ghostbusters or something good. Because at least I know I'm getting a movie I like. So what do we want to, what's going on with this? Do we want to read any of this?
Yeah, there will be 3 different seat pricing options. First is standard sightline, described as the seats that are most common in auditoriums.
Oh, and it's not at everywhere, too. It's starting off in select theaters.
It starts off in Kansas City and Chicago and New York, some bigger cities. And they will be expanded to all domestic AMC locations by the end of the year. Boo!
Boo! I already have to go and order the ticket online in the first place to make sure it's not sold out if it's a good movie.
Okay. Well, like I said, the first there is standard sightline, described as the seats that are most common in auditoriums and available for the traditional cost of a ticket. Then there are value sightlines, referred to as seats in the front row of the auditorium.
Yeah.
As well as select ADA seats.
Well, sometimes you might want to even sit in the front, because sometimes these movies, the screens are tiny still, and they're like you're expected to see Avatar on a... That might be better, though, sit in the front.
Yeah. The third option is preferred sightline, seats in the middle of the auditorium. Preferred sightline. Preferred priced at premium standard sightline seats. AMC Stubs A-list members will be able to reserve seats in preferred sightline section at no additional cost.
See, it used to be you just show up to the movie theater and sit wherever there was an open seat. Now you got to go in advance, pick where you want, which I never had a problem with, because then you could get like your ticket, you'd have your day set up, because going to a movie is your whole day anymore. Because these 2.5 hour movies, you got a half an hour commercials in front of it, you got a half hour ride home. So you're already 3.5 hours out of your day just going to the movies. Let's say you want to grab dinner before or after.
And that's
5 hours out of your day just to see a movie.
And you're gonna make you pay another extra
another
money on top of it.
Another $5 on top of that.
Yeah.
I think this is why people pirate movies. There you go, AMC. You're contributing to the piracy. I am Mecca.
I am Rob off camera.
Boo, AMC. This is a bad idea.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!
Meow.